Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to another episode of TekTopia. Usually I would jump in the air and do a little punch, but there's so many— oh goodness, there's so many villagers around, I'm afraid I'm going to hit one of them. So yeah, gotta go careful where I'm swinging my fists. I nearly just did then, that was a close call. They would not have been very happy with me. Thankfully it's not the same as vanilla villagers. If I were to hit one of these guys, it actually wouldn't be the end of the world, but still, I'm the mayor of this place, I gotta treat my citizens with some respect. So in the last episode, we didn't really do any building. Instead, we got a whole bunch of children spawned into the village. It was 26, I wanna say, something like that, and we gave them all jobs and really expanded on the population. Now, in that last episode, I proposed to you guys a bit of a solution to the heart problem we're having. In case you missed the episode, long story short, my villagers, they're not really giving out hearts anymore. So I asked you guys what you thought about me potentially just kind of spawning them in, because without hearts in this series, I can't really make any sort of progress, and I didn't see more than 1 or 2 comments on last episode's video where people were against it. Pretty much all of you said just go for it. And the poll that I ran on my Discord server had an overwhelmingly large support in favor of doing that, as you can see. So whenever I need hearts, all I'm going to do from this point forth is spawn them in. I did see a couple of suggestions saying I should pay something to get them, like diamonds or emeralds, and I was thinking about it for a while, and I decided that diamonds, I have so many and I don't need them for anything. It's kind of pointless me making the effort to throw them away. And emeralds, well, I kind of need emeralds is the thing. They're not very easy to get hold of in this series, and I don't really want to spend them on something I should be getting for free anyway. So if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to assume that it is, I'm just gonna spawn them in for free. Now I may do it just as and when I need some hearts, or I may just get a whole bunch together, put them in a chest and grab them as I need them, or I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just give myself a set amount every single morning. So maybe, let's see, I have nearly 100 villagers I think at this point. I think a pretty good amount would be like 10 every single day. That seems like a reasonable number what I should be getting, but obviously I don't. So I'm thinking I might do that. Just every day that clocks by in this world, I'll spawn in 10 hearts, and that seems like the fairest option to me. Now, I'm not going to show you guys every single time I spawn in some hearts, otherwise that's going to get real boring real quick. You'll just have to assume I'm only going to spawn in hearts, and trust me, I promise, it's just going to be the hearts. There's no point in cheating, otherwise it kind of takes the fun out of it. So what I'm going to do is when the sun rises over there, just like that, as you can see, I'm going to type in a little command here at the bottom, /give, then my username, TekTopia, and heart. And as you can see, I just get some cool animation. That was nice. And a heart popped into my inventory. And I'll just do 10. Does 10 sound fair? I'm going to say 10. I'll do 10 of those. But just to make sure you guys are aware of this, as you can see, the sun's just come up. Any second now, my villagers should start waking up. We're going to take a quick stroll through the apartments. And I'm just going to prove to you that all my villagers are happy, but I still get no hearts. Okay, the villagers are starting to come out now, so they're obviously awake, nice and early, and all I do when I go through looking for hearts is I just listen closely for the twinkling that they make. They make like a little sparkle noise. It's very nice, but I almost never hear it. So I'm going down one side of the apartment here, and there are, I don't know, maybe like 30 or 40, maybe even 50 villagers on that side. No hearts, absolutely zero. Then we can go across the middle and up the other side. Listen again. You also sometimes see some twinkling of the actual hearts at the door. And yeah, there's nothing on this side either. So there you go. If that doesn't prove that I'm not getting hearts, I don't know what will. Oh, and also, let me just show you they're all actually quite happy. Not every procession might be, but like that guy's 95. Miner, you might be a little bit low. Nope, even you're 100%. If the miners are happy, it's usually a good indication that the rest of the village is happy too. Anyway, I think that's enough of that. Let's get started with some building in today's episode, which is all going to be taking place on this platform right here. This is the final platform that we have left to fill out with something in our city. Very, very exciting, I know. And what we're going to be building on here is something that was highly suggested in various forms by a lot of you guys. So quite a few episodes ago, I'm not sure which one exactly it was, but I asked you guys what we should build on this final platform here, and a lot of you said some sort of docking station for travelers to the city, something that people could, go to access this place and actually visit. Now, I'm not going to do anything with some docks exactly like on a boat or anything like that. I know it seems kind of strange considering we're literally in the middle of the ocean. Ships make sense. But no, we're not going to be building that kind of ship. Instead, we're going to be building some spaceships. So my plan is to build a big old portal at the back in the center of this platform. I'm thinking I'm just going to make another portal and then cover it up with some blocks, making it look nice and fancy. And then either side of it, we can build a parked spaceship. I've got some pretty cool designs that I'm very excited to show you guys. We've already built one kind of ship already in this series, the one at the top of the tower here. Pretty happy with how this turned out, and I'm even happier with one in particular of the ones that we're going to be making. So yeah, we're going to have a portal in the center, one either side, and then we're going to build another one a little bit later on, actually coming out of the portal itself. But for right now, we're just going to build those three things: a spaceship, and a portal. But before we do that, I think we should spawn in some children. Because after all, I'm still trying to get to as many citizens as we can in Altora X here, and at the moment we're at 86 in total. If we could get to over 100, that'd be great, because two of our other villages, Asteria and also Eriduine, I think they are, both have 100. So if we could just top that, I'd be happy. 250 may not be possible, I'm not sure. I'm going to do my best to get as many as possible. So whilst I'm building here, it seems wise to let the kids grow up a little bit, and I got the emeralds to give them their jobs afterwards, so I don't need to worry about that. And not having to worry about hearts either is very nice too. So let's just grab my emeralds here. I still have quite a lot from all of the grinding I did a couple of episodes ago, and I've just spawned in my 10 hearts. As you can see, give heart X10 to Marlow. That's me. So I just got that. We're ready to go. I do, however, need to purchase a 6-person home, because at the moment we have 4 spare beds. So if we could just get a 6-person home, we'll have enough space for these children to sleep the night away in. So I need you, architect. How much is a 6-person home? I kind of dread to think, honestly. 10 blocks of emeralds and 2 extra. That is, yeah, that's pricey, but it's okay because, well, we need it. I don't really have any other option. So this is pretty exciting, because this token right here is going to be the first one that we place down in this apartment building. All of the other ones are on the one on the opposite side. Haven't actually tested this, so hopefully they work. Yep, it's shiny. The beds are yellow, meaning we're able to spawn in some children. So let's go ahead and get these kids running around. Hello? We have a bit of a problem here. Right, so obviously the hearts need to be from the villages, otherwise they're not letting you spawn in. That's smart on Tango's behalf. I see why he's done that. Right, that's a problem, because now what I'm going to have to do, I think, is wait until we get an actual heart spawned in from the villagers here, and I'm going to have to kind of keep one on standby. And what I'll have to do, and I'd rather not have to do this, but I'm going to have to go into creative mode, and then I'm going to have to do something like this, oh, I'm not in creative mode right now. I'm going to have to duplicate that one heart that we get from the village here. So technically, all of the kids from this point forth are going to have the same parent. Which, no, isn't the ideal circumstance here, but like I've mentioned, it's kind of that or nothing, because I'm just not getting the hearts required. Now, the problem is, I have to now wait until I get a heart. Now, it's okay, because they do spawn every now and again. Rarely, as I mentioned a couple of episodes ago, I get 1 or 2 every so often. It's probably not going to be for the first couple of nights here, but I'll get one eventually, and as I said, I'll just keep that stored in a chest, and I'll copy it over. Hopefully, whoever decides to spawn a heart has some good genes, because, yeah, they're going to be mother or father to half of the civilization here. Well, I guess I'm in limbo now until we get that heart. So, with that, we're going to get started on some building over here. So here we have the finished build. We got 2 ships and a portal. We're going to check this out in a little bit, but first of all, you may notice that we have a couple of sad villagers, and that's because they witnessed a death. In fact, they witnessed 2 deaths. Yeah, we've had 2 villagers die in the process of building this. Ironically, this city was meant to be the safest of all of the villages that we've made in this series, and in all of the others combined, we've maybe had like 2 or 3 villager deaths. In this one, we're up to 6. I don't know how it's happened. But yeah, we've had 2 miners, I believe, fall to their death. So whilst I was making this ship over here, I received this message in the chat. Albert Hartman and Austin Netherbridge both fell, or well, they took 20 damage and they died at the same time in pretty much the exact same position. So I'm willing to bet they got a little bit pushy or a little bit shovey over here at the mining area, and I'm guessing it was whilst they were going down the staircase here, and I bet you that they fell off right here. I nearly just punched you off then, Chef. Why do they have to take this route? This is why it happens. Because they can walk right along the edge. But I'm still recording on replay mod, so let's go check out the footage. Okay, so here I am currently building up this ship, as you can see, and it was around about now where I got the death message. So let's make our way over to the mining area and see what happened. So let's resume the recording. Have a look around for any miners nearby. I don't see any at the moment. I have no idea where else they would have fell and died if it isn't right here. Well, that's not helpful at all. I don't think they were loaded in. I've rewound just a little bit so we can take another look. Well, that doesn't help me any more. How did they die on this side? Let's run that just one more time, shall we? And I'm going to get ready to pause. Okay, well, I've already got the death message, so I really have no idea what's going on here. I don't think they're in the right position because this guy is, like, in the wall, so I think it's to do with them loading in. This guy's also dead down here. Okay, yeah, none of this makes sense. But we do have a lot of sort of congregation around here, so yeah, I think that's what happened, which is pretty sad. Let's do a little slow-mo death here because that's always dramatic. How very, very sad. Anyway, on a little bit of a lighter note, let's check out the build we've just made, which is over here, of course. So here is our portal. Haven't done anything super duper fancy with it. Maybe I could have done it a little bit bigger, but then again, I don't know what the limit is on the portal. I think it's a good size. We've got some nice patterns in the back, which looks pretty cool, and some funky end rods. We got some daylight detectors on the roof to sort of power it, right? Solar panels, that's what we're doing quite a lot in this city. And the backside looks like this, but the main thing that I want to, of course, show you are the 2 ships. So this one over here is the one I liked more. I'm really quite happy with the shape. I'm tempted to switch the red terracotta out for red concrete. We got blue terracotta over here on this side, which I think works, but this one maybe could be a bit more vibrant. But yeah, this is the shape of the ship, and it's something that is always really quite tricky to accomplish. Especially in an older version of Minecraft like we're in right now, because you're very limited on the blocks. But getting the shape of the ship down is quite hard, and I think I've done a pretty good job here. So that's what the outside looks like. The inside, we've just done a little bit of decorating. Please let me in. Inside of here, there we go. We got the control system at the front with, of course, like the blasters or whatever that is out the front. Don't walk right in front of it. That's very dangerous. With some chairs just for passengers. I didn't really know. Just a fun little interior. And then over here is a bit of a longer ship. This was partially inspired by the TIE fighters in Star Wars, right? So it's kind of like a long version of the wing, and that's what it's using to kind of rest on, and then maybe it sort of unfolds into a different shape or something when it sets off. I don't know. It's just a bit of a different design. I quite like it. It's cool. The inside is not quite as spacious as the other one. As you can see, it's just basically a long corridor, and then this is where the person would kind of maybe even lie down. I'm imagining this is like the control system. You drag it down and you kind of lie in like a prone position, maybe. I don't know. As I said, it's a very limiting number of spaces in there that I got to fill up with. Oh, my villagers, they're so sad. I don't know why the whole city is sad. I thought it was only when, like, the actual ones who witnessed it were, but there's a large portion who are hanging their heads right now. In other news, I've still been unable to get that one heart we're looking for. We've had about 2 or 3 night times past, and I've checked it each time, and still nothing. So hopefully we can get that heart fairly soon, because I would like to get some villagers in today's episode. Otherwise we're going to be spawning in a lot in the remaining few that we have left in this city, because we're nearly done here. I got to do one other part of this build on the platform we're working on today, and all we've got left to do after that is cover up the villager breeder. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that before. We are going to be covering it up. I got a building designed, because I'm most certainly not leaving it as it is right now. Man, you guys are really sad. Only 17 happiness. What are the miners on? The miners are much happier for some reason. Doesn't make much sense there. Maybe it's because I've been sleeping through the night. Actually, yeah, that's probably what it is. When I do time lapses, I don't like to let it go into nighttime just because it looks better when it's in the daytime. So that's usually the case of a lot of sadness in this series, in this city specifically. When I sleep through the nighttime and they don't get a good night's sleep, they're not too big of a fan. Hopefully, it should only take a couple of night times before they bounce back and they're nice and happy again. In the last episode, we bought 4 more tokens for the animal pens over on this side of this platform, and the ranchers are just ignoring it. They're like refusing to fill these up. We do still have some animals kind of wandering around the city. I don't know why they're choosing not to put them inside of them. What I think I might be able to possibly do is actually lead them over from one pen to the other. So the way that these work, I thought I just saw some hearts I was ready to pick up. It was just a breeding animation. But so when an animal is inside of here, put in by the rancher specifically, it'll count as an animal inside of it. But if I was just to lead one in, it wouldn't count. The rancher has to do it themselves. But if they've already put them in this pen, they should hopefully count as like a TekTopia pen animal. So if I just move them over here, that might work. I don't know. I'll wait until we can spawn in some more children. I'll get some more ranchers, of course, because all of mine are really sad. No, but we do need some more ranchers. Hopefully they'll top these animal pens up. If not, it's not really the end of the world if it's just one side. Nighttime has arrived, and I realize there's something I need to do on this platform quickly, otherwise mobs are going to start spawning, and that is light it up. So thankfully I got some sea lanterns on hand, so super quickly let me place some of these down, then I don't have to worry about zombies spawning and eating you guys. There we go, the platform is nicely lit up, so no mobs are going to be able to spawn here, which is wonderful. So now we have one last thing left to do, which is to build something in the center here, because let's be honest, this central area in the middle of the platform, it's definitely missing something. So there is something I have built 5 times already in this series that we now need to build over here in the city, and that is the carriage that takes you guys, when you have the world download, to all of the villages. Now, that isn't really gonna fit in this village or this city. It's mostly made out of wood, and nothing else around here really looks like that. So for this one, we're going to have to switch it up a little bit. As you can see, our carriage has had a bit of an upgrade. So I wanted to keep the design similar in shape, and that's about it. Just make the shape similar, but make it futuristic. So I've changed out the blocks and everything, kept its original form, and added a little few features like some wings on the side, some things to power it down here. I'm not sure, I just tried to futurify it. And as you can see around the back, I've tried to add in an effect of it coming through the portal with some of these end rods here by pasting a bunch of dirt and kind of just spamming them everywhere just to get a cool little effect to them. It's just been arriving, and it's here in the portal, or in the city, I should say. Now, the only thing is, there's currently no way up to it unless you fly into it. Now, I'm not sure how you guys actually get around when you have the world download. If you're able to go into spectator mode, I think you should be able to. and just fly around that way. But if by chance you're spending your time walking around, not making use of the elytra or anything, I would like for you guys to have a way to actually get up here other than, you know, pillaring. So I think what I'm going to do is try and build some sort of slime launcher at the bottom here. Then you can press a button and just get shot up into it. And let's just give it a bit of a test. Perfect. So the only thing that's missing from here is, of course, the command block that you guys use to teleport around to all of the villages. It's just so much easier. I don't use it. It's simply just for you guys. So I need to sort that out quickly, but I need to go into creative mode to actually give myself a note block. Just kind of want to, you know, transparency and all that sort of thing, just to let you know that's what I'm doing. It's more sort of an admin thing that I got to do. But yeah, that is the last platform all done. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Since last time I mentioned, we have had a couple of day-night cycles and still no heart, unfortunately. So I don't think we're going to be able to spawn in any children this episode. However, in between episodes, I'm going to do a lot of AFKing and just allow the villagers to do a whole bunch of sleeping and hopefully get at least one heart. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm also going to try and get some more emeralds together, because next episode, I would like to do a serious push for getting tons and tons of villagers. So hopefully next episode will be an exciting one to look forward to. So I will see you guys in the episode, because that unfortunately is going to do it for today. The villagers know, they're going to bed. They know it's time to say goodbye for this episode, because of course it's all an act. They don't actually do anything unless I'm recording. That's not true. They do plenty of stuff. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.